Hey everyone, Michelle Ray here from Steve's Digicams, and today we're going to talk about the new Fujifilm X-T30 mirrorless, set to be released sometime this March. Two things before we start. Our review unit was a pre-production model, so there might be some kinks Fuji needs to work out before the final production units come out. And second, we only had a week to test this camera, and we've been having such bad weather here in LA that we haven't really had a lot of chances to shoot with it. That said, we did get to take it around Los Angeles and along Route 66 at Elmer's Bottle Ranch, one of my favorite locations to shoot in, and we're pretty satisfied with the results. With the success of the X-T3, we're not surprised that Fuji decided to give the X-T30 some of its amazing video capabilities, and we're more than happy they did that. Even without the T3's 4K at 60 frames per second recording, and the missing in-body image stabilization that might have been helpful for its target users, most of whom probably don't even own a gimbal, Fuji's still giving them access to super sampled 4K at up to 30 frames per second and even F-Log recording, not to mention 1080p up to 120 frames per second for super slow motion videos. The Eterna Cinematic Color Profile is also on hand for shooting videos with low saturation and low contrast, making them flatter and more ideal for color grading. Of course, it's its autofocusing that really impressed us. Not only is this camera's eye and face detection pretty impressive, capturing subjects who might be smaller in the frame than ideal, but we've also noticed that its autofocusing is less erratic than the more expensive XH1. The transitions are smoother and more natural, and even without the assistance of face detect, it still managed to capture its subjects, human and otherwise. In fact, even when we're panning from one subject to another really quickly, the autofocus manages to adjust smoothly and at a decent speed. Our only complaint about the autofocus is that even though it's much better than that of the T3, it still suffers in low light situations. Unfortunately, it does take a little longer to find focus when you're shooting videos and there's not enough light. The successor to the X-T20 is compact and lightweight, but has undergone some major changes. Its grip is thicker, the Q menu button is now on the thumb rest like the XH1, and it has abandoned the multi-selector button and gained a joystick, which gives it a back design that's more similar to the GFX 50R than the T20 or the T3. The LCD monitor still only tilts in two directions, which can be pretty limiting, especially when you're shooting vertical, but the camera does offer the touch swipe interface as well as several other customization options. It's inherited all the color profiles that the X-T3 has, from oldies such as Provia and Velvia to newer ones like Acros and Eterna. It also boasts a monochrome adjustment function, so you can tweak the look of your black and white shots. Both its dynamic range and low light performance still need improvement though. However, with a 26.1 MP APS-C sensor, a new processor, and a boosted autofocus, it's definitely a step up from its predecessor. But really, the advantage of this camera is its size and weight. The X-T30 is convenient for when you're traveling, backpacking, or anytime you want to carry a light load and still take terrific stills and videos. For our full review of the X-T30 and our gallery of images, please click on the link below or visit us at steves-digicams.com.